Well, guys, it's just time for some impromptu stuff. I finished up with House of Ashes. We got nothing else to do, so we'll do like, you know, a little bit of impromptu discussion and chill session here. Hope you guys are ready. Maybe you have some questions for me or whatever. Again, contributions would be appreciated because as you can see, the support tonight was really slow for House of Ashes for whatever reason. Let's see here. Guts gets the first question. He says, oh no, he's not really a question. He says he's excited for the Halloween event next week. Me too. 1 week from today, the Halloween Marathon event. 4 horror-themed games, costume, Feasting with the King. It's going to be a good event. I'm excited for it too. Carlos says, what was your favorite Halloween event in the past? How do you think this year's event will go? Honestly, I think last year's was the best. Last year was a good variety of stuff, and because we had a good variety of stuff, it wasn't like, we didn't have any duds. Like, like usually what happens when I do these Halloween events is, usually some of the games are good, some of the games aren't so good. One year, I only did one game, and that was, what was it, the new Fatal Frame that had come out, and no one liked it. Everyone thought it was boring as dirt, and was like, oh, this is like the worst of all the Fatal Frame games. So that Halloween event was actually kind of a disaster. But then usually when there's a good variety of games selected by you guys, then it goes well. And I also like the fact that this year we're not just doing games, there will be Feasting with the King too. So it basically keeps stuff moving and keeps the variety going. So I think that this year's event will actually go really well. Okay. SC1338 says, what would be the perfect story idea in my mind for one of these games? What do you mean, the horror games? Oh man, I don't know. See, the good thing about this anthology, this Dark Pictures anthology, is that every year it's completely different. The first year, Man of Medan, it was like, oh, hallucinogenic gas that makes them imagine all these horrible things are going on, and it's not. The second year is that there was a guy who had, he was messed up in his head from trauma and made him see all these things or imagine all these characters in his head that didn't exist. And then this year was actual crazy fucking weirdo alien monster shit. Like every year is completely different. And then next year, who knows what the fuck that's going to be. The Devil Inside Me or whatever it was called, right? The Devil in Me. I have no idea what that's going to be either. Hernandez says, will there be a Jasper segment during the marathon? He'll likely... Well, let me think about this. Honestly, the answer to that is dependent more on what is happening during the course of that day with Kat, which I don't know yet. If she's working when she's working. Because, for example, if she's home for some of it, then Jasper could come in during that time. No, wait, let me do the opposite of that. If she's home, then Jasper likely will be with her. And if I have the door open, there'll be echo. I mean, we could have a specialized segment if you guys really wanted Jasper to come in. But, you know, it's up to you guys. Usually Jasper, he comes in and plays and is distracting or whatever, but you wouldn't want him here for the entire thing, or else how would I even get any gameplay done? You see what he does. Today he's dancing for the TV, smacking the zombies, blocking the screen. I'm like, oh my god. Let's see. Michael King says, I want a DPA about Bigfoot. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Ellipsian asks, are vampires the same ones from Until Dawn? No, there were no vampires in Until Dawn. Those were completely different creatures. Am I more excited for Elden Ring or Horizon Zero Dawn? Gameplay-wise, Elden Ring. Story-wise, Horizon Zero Dawn. Elden Ring is probably going to have really epic gameplay, exploration, boss fights, music, graphics. While Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm more excited for a really good story because I really liked the story of the original game. Excuse me, it's Horizon Forbidden West is the sequel. But I see what you're saying. You're trying to ask me which you think I'll like more. But the thing is, how can I answer that when they're not out? What a ridiculous question. Well, which game is better out of 2 games that aren't out and you haven't played? Can't really answer that, can I? Jones to Bone says, thank you for letting us vote on the games and whatnot, even though the member count dropped since then. Yeah, what are you going to do? It was just, like I said, this month has been slow. This month of October, there's been next to nothing new going on in the realm of games. This game, House of Ashes, was like the one new thing. Outside of House of Ashes, and by the way, you notice attendance on the streams of House of Ashes was good. Every time I played it, even tonight, when it's a night stream and typically attendance would be down, attendance was still pretty good. So what I mean, the new games will bring people to the streams. These old, played out, rehash, remasters, typically it ain't gonna do it, you know? Yes, I did play Power Stone. I played it in arcades. Power Stone 1 and 2 back in the day, they were arcade machines just like Street Fighter and everything else, and I played the series. Didn't really play it that much, though. Carlos says, maybe a brief segment with Jasper interacting with my costume. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, okay. Michael Caine says DPA was Dark Pictures Anthology. Oh, I had no idea that that's what that meant. So what had you said earlier? You had said, I want a Dark Pictures Anthology about Bigfoot. Oh, my God. a bunch of people going out to try to hunt Bigfoot or something, and it goes all awry. That would be crazy. Gut says, after finishing up GTA 3 Remastered, which would you do after that, Vice City or San Andreas? You go in order. Of course you go in order. Do I think Silent Hills will ever resurface? No. Will there be a horror game from Hideo Kojima? Yes. Will it be Silent Hills? No. It will never reform in the way that it was going to be. It's going to, whatever happens, it'll be different in the future. Haseo X says, I wonder if we'll see other horror creatures in upcoming games. I'd like to see them either take on the Yeti or the Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, I don't know. Certainly it would be interesting to see different horror lore in the series, although up to now, really, there's been nothing. Like, I guess you could argue this was vampires, but not really. That certainly was not traditional vampires in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, Ramrod says, I'm here for the Q&A. Don't spoil the ending. Don't worry, Ramrod. I'm not going to give major spoilers of the game. I'm not going to give major spoilers of the game at all. I just finished on stream. There may be people who didn't watch the ending and want to watch it later. Don't worry. I'm not going to spoil it. I promise you. Clown Shoes, why don't you think about what you're asking and answer yourself? Since it's one of the dumbest questions I've ever seen. No, we're not changing the membership goal for the month. The membership goal is what it is. It was attainable at one point, and then we lost like 30 members this month. I don't know what to tell you. People don't want to re-up their membership. Again, what I keep telling you guys is as follows. The membership of this channel is not supposed to be a transactional thing. Oh, I'm paying to get something directly as a result of it. What it's supposed to be is, you like the content I put out. Okay? You like these daily live streams that are free. You like the fact that I do it in a different manner than a lot of other people who do this for a living, right? The honesty, the transparency, and the lack of advertisement. There's no shilling here. There's none of that crap, right? So because of that, you say, oh, well, I know that if I become a channel member for a few bucks a month, it supports the effort to keep that going. Here you go. It's not supposed to be, oh, here's a few dollars. What do I get for it? Here's a few dollars. Where's my transaction? Where's the product I purchased? That's not what a membership to a YouTube channel is, okay? Sadly, I think there's a lot of people who think that way. Same thing with subs on Twitch. They think, I bought something. No, you didn't. You literally bought nothing when you became a channel member or a sub or anything. You bought nothing. What you said is you're supporting that content creator. You like that person and the content they put out enough that you want to constantly support them. Sadly, I hate to say it, a lot of people don't think that way who watch my content, and they think, what am I buying? What benefit am I getting out of this? You're supporting my effort to keep doing this. 13 years of my life I've put into this. That's what the membership's supposed to be. So, Hernandez says, do you think Vice City after GTA 3 is a repeat of Mass Effect earlier this year? I didn't say I was playing Vice City right after GTA 3. Then never said that. I was asked, what order will you play the games? The answer is GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, the order that they came out. I did not say that I was going to play all of those games back to back to back. Oh, excuse me. In fact, what I would say is this. Here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to play GTA 3 starting on release day, November 11th. This, by the way, for those who don't know, we're talking about the GTA Definitive Remastered Trilogy. It was just announced a couple days ago. It's literally the big talk. No one is really talking about anything else right now. Everyone's just talking about this trilogy, okay? So, starting on November 11th, I will start playing GTA 3 Remastered. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they've done with the game. That's the game that by far needs the most remastering. That game plays really outdated. It needs modernized controls. It needs this restart mechanic for a mission, so that way you don't have to fucking reload a save and drive across the map and do all this shit. Like, that game will monstrously benefit from having these updates, for sure, okay? So, what I would say is, play GTA 3. I'm going to be balancing that with everything. I'll already be playing Forza Horizon 5. So we'll have Forza Horizon 5, GTA 3. Likely, I'm not even kidding, I'll probably still be playing Far Cry 6 at that point. I don't think I'll be done with the game. Maybe I'll be much further in, maybe into like the final third of the game. But I don't think I'll be done with Far Cry 6 yet. So we'll probably be juggling like those 3 games. And probably night streams will probably still be Lost Judgment. I doubt I'm going to beat that anytime soon. Probably another month to finish that game. Monkey Ball, I don't know. Monkey Ball, it really depends on how much people really want me to play it. If you really want me to do all 300 stages in Super Monkey Ball, then likely that will still be a playthrough I'm doing too. But you see, the point I'm getting at is GTA 3 will be something that I'm going to balance with a lot of other stuff, and therefore, it's basically going to take a bit to finish. Remember, the GTA games are not short. I mean, the shortest one is GTA 3, and I think that's at minimum 20 hours, if not more, just to get through the main story if you don't do side content and stuff, right? Isn't there, if I'm remembering correctly, isn't there a required grinding section in each one? And so GTA 3 has a required grinding where you have to do shit in order to progress with the story, and it's a little annoying. So it kind of extends the length of the playthrough, even though it really doesn't add to anything. But yeah, so I'll be balancing that. Now, when I finish GTA 3, all right, will I be playing Battlefield? Will it be December already? Will I be playing Halo? What else will be going on? I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer these questions. Other things is, other people might want me to play other stuff. People have been screaming for Metroid Dread ever since it came out like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't played it yet. So, am I going to go gung-ho from GTA 3 directly into Vice City, directly into San Andreas? I don't know. I might. If you're demanding it, if the viewers are saying, man, we really want you to keep going because these games are so good, then maybe I would. But if people are like, man, I'm kind of burned out, then maybe I won't. I'll be honest, with the Mass Effect trilogy earlier this year, people really wanted to see me play Mass Effect 1 more than the other games because that's the original. That's the one I liked the most or whatever, and it was also the one that I played the longest ago. So replaying that was special. It was fun, okay? Then when I jumped into Mass Effect 3, if anything, what we saw right away was that Mass Effect 3 is nowhere near as good as Mass Effect 1. It's a far inferior game. Action-based, grindy, boring as shit when it comes to the gameplay. And the fact that that was the case basically made it feel like shit. Like, it was boring. It was. I'll admit to you guys, Mass Effect 3 was a boring playthrough because the game is boring. It's just nowhere near as good as the other two games in the trilogy. So, that was bad. I should have held off, absolutely. But I don't know if that's necessarily what would happen playing the GTA games back to back. Every time I play a GTA classic game like this, you guys go crazy. Now, I don't know, it's been a while since I played them. All right? Admittedly, I haven't played these in years. But every time I play these games, it seriously looks like everyone comes to the streams. Everyone gets hyped for them. Everyone loves seeing me play and rage and fail, but also succeed, and the funny reactions to the stuff in the games. In particular, to see these games in modernized graphics, modernized controls, the music will be back in these playthroughs. It seems like people will be very excited, okay? At least that's the vibe I'm getting. People are, like, super excited about seeing these games. But like everything, I leave it to you. I'm not committing 100% to having to play the next one right after, but I'm not saying it's off the table either. It's what you guys want, okay? So there you go. Kevin has tipped me $1.50 saying, can I get unbanned? I promise not to do whatever I did to get banned. First of all, Kevin, you are a regular of my streams. You know the process to get unbanned. You know that sending me a $1.50 tip literally does nothing. I can't unban you on the fly. I don't have the information. You know I need your direct link to your channel because other people have done this before. It seems like you're only sending this tip just to get attention, to let everyone know you've been banned rather than actually get unbanned. You know the method by which to contact me to get unbanned. I really don't know what you're getting at by tipping me this $1.50. I just don't. I don't. Like, what is the point of what you're doing right now exactly? You know, if you want me to get unbanned, you email me your information. I'll look behind the scenes, figure out what happened. You can get unbanned if, I don't know what happened. You got to email me and I'll look into it. In fact, I would guarantee you it's probably something you were saying that was dumb and a moderator probably warned you and you just ignored the warning. In fact, you know what? Actually, I do know what happened because a moderator sent me information about this earlier today. Yeah, hold on. Because a moderator actually was like, what happened? What is this? Yeah. So yesterday you said something pretty gross on the stream, and you got timed out for it by a moderator. You should have known better because you got timed out for it immediately after you said it. Today, apparently, you came back to the stream and said it 2 more times. So the moderator had enough of you and banned you for now, fully expecting that you were going to contact me behind the scenes to get unbanned. That's what happened. So maybe you should think about what you said today. That's really fucking gross and stupid. You should commit to never saying it again. And you should contact me behind the scenes to get unbanned like everyone knows to do and stop wasting my time. Thank you. Okay. Bay Area Greek says, do you think the GTA remasters will be your favorite remasters of any game? I have no idea. I haven't played them. What I can tell you is, these original 3 GTA games, okay? These 3, to me, they're special playthroughs every time I play these games, and here's why. When I played these in 2012, this was the summer of 2012. This was a summertime where there was nothing going on at all. Zero. It was a dead summer, okay? No new games, nothing. It was really, really boring. And I was looking for content to put out for you guys during that summertime. And it was before direct capture, nothing like that. I'll admit, that was my run where I was still using the camera pointing at the TV and things were kind of getting a little stale and sour. And I was like, man, what can I do to spruce things up or spice things up for the summer? Because I don't know how to bring people to the streams, the videos. Because back then, I wasn't even a streamer, okay? That's how long ago this was, 2012, 9 years ago. And you guys basically convinced me through a lot of back then it was posts on, comments on videos and emails and things saying, you gotta try out the original GTA games, especially if you've never played them before. Like, you're really, really missing out. And so I went out of my way and I bought them on PS2 because there was no way to play them digitally back then. There were no HD remasters of the games or whatever. And I hooked up a PS2 to my TV, which was an LCD TV, so it was laggy as shit playing these games on there. There's tons of input delay playing old school games on an LCD TV. But I played through them, and man, it was a unique summer to say the least. Like, I still remember to this day sitting there in the condo in Connecticut, sweating because it was a hot-ass fucking summer, trying to play these games, failing over and over. The cars were blowing up. I remember the glitch. Remember, I was on the bridge in GTA 3, and I'm driving on the bridge, and my car clips through the bridge and crashes. I have to do the whole fucking mission over from the start, and I lost my shit. I remember flight school in GTA San Andreas and how I was so tired out from playing all 3 GTAs back to back, and now I have this insanely difficult flight school, and it took me like 3 fucking hours to beat it. I remember all of that. I seriously still remember all of that like it was yesterday. And so, playing these games again is going to be special because not only do I get that kind of reminiscing of 9 years ago, but also now to see these games looking better, playing better, basically kind of almost getting respect. And what I mean by that is, when you played these games originally, you feel how outdated they are. They're still good. They're unique experiences that stay with you for sure. But man, are they outdated experiences. And to now be playing them in a modern setting, I feel like they're going to get a whole new level of respect, because now it won't be, oh, the graphics look like fucking Lego blocks. Oh, look at that. You can't resume the mission, and you can't do this, and you can't do... You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling like this is going to be a special thing because it's going to be re-experiencing these games for a new generation interactively. By the way, that's going to be awesome to have the interactive streams when I'm actually playing them. I actually don't remember if the last time I played these games, if it was interactive or not. I'm trying to remember when exactly I played them, and I don't remember if it was because remember, I became an interactive streamer in 2017, and I don't remember if I replayed them starting in 2017 into 2018, or if it was before that. I can't remember. But anyway, I really, really feel that this is going to be a fun time. And are they going to be the best remasters ever? I don't know. I can't answer that question. You always ask me these speculative questions. How the fuck would I know? They could be terrible ports. I don't know. I mean, you hope it won't be for the money they're charging. But I think it's going to be a unique time no matter what. It's going to be fun. I really do. I think it's going to be a fun time where we're going to go through these games again and re-experience them and have a good time together in a chill environment with modernized graphics and controls. It's just going to be a good time. With the music, too. I hope the music works. So, Clementine has tipped me $1.50. Thank you, Clementine. Again, guys, I really would appreciate support tonight. As you can see, I've got almost none. I don't know why, because tonight attendance was up. People are having a great time with the game. It would be great if I could get some support tonight, especially because I'm doing this impromptu Q&A stream to entertain you because I finished early. I really need more help if you can. Thank you. So let's see. Vice City was the summer of 2018. Okay. If I remember correctly, didn't I play one a year? Didn't I do I feel like I did GTA 3 HD in 2017, and then I played Vice City in 2018, and then I played San Andreas a few months after that, and then I did GTA 4. I feel like it's been, many years since I played these. So how much longer do I have to stream? I usually stream until around 9:15 Pacific time tonight. It depends on the questions and stuff. If we're having a conversation that's fun, then I can go a little later. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, Guts, Dead by Daylight was nominated as a game for the Halloween Marathon, but it just didn't garner enough votes. Not as many people were interested, and let's be honest, I played that game a lot. When it first released for Xbox One many years ago, I played it for like a while. I actually played it more than people even wanted me to. Like, I liked it and kept playing it, and people were complaining I was playing it too much. Then I brought it back. I think I brought it back for a Halloween Marathon, and no one liked it. Everyone thought it was boring as dirt and said do something else. So I kind of almost stopped playing it right away and moved on to another game. So quite frankly, even though, you know, Dead by Daylight does have an audience, I don't think that that's my audience. I don't really think it would have gotten much attention anyway. SC says, what's my most anticipated game overall for the future? I don't have an overall. I would say 3 games, the 3 big ones in 2022 for me: God of War, Elden Ring, and Horizon Forbidden West. The 3 that were supposed to be out this year and got delayed a million times. You know, those are the 3 that I wanted by the end of the year and didn't happen. So those are the 3 I'm looking forward to the most. And I excited for a new Spawn movie. I didn't even know there was a new Spawn movie coming out, so no. El Grey Zoro said, I watched GTA 3 HD not so long ago. Wasn't that interactive? Okay, so there you go. I mean, if it was 2017, that was the year where I was really trying to become a full-time streamer, and I was struggling. It was hard. It was very tough because I had never had to completely read a chat, interact with chat, while also playing a game. It was tough. It took, I would argue, about 2 years of me doing it, all 2017 and 2018. I don't feel like I really hit my stride doing it until like 2019, where I kind of, now I'm able to, on the fly, answer your questions, joke around, be entertaining, talking with you, plus also play a game and put on an entertaining playthrough. A lot of the times, I kind of got totally immersed in the game, and I forget about the interactive part of the stream, you know? I did play Friday the 13th on the NES, Jeremy. I never played Nightmare on Elm Street. I think eventually I did later, like emulated and shit, but I don't think I never rented Nightmare on Elm Street. I had played and rented Friday the 13th at one point and played it on NES a long time ago. Yes, Local Nomad says you replayed GTA 4 a few years ago. I remember that. I remember replaying GTA 4. It was fun. That was a fun one. I don't think I did the DLCs though, right? I just did the baseline playthrough. I'd done the DLCs many years before. Yeah. It's all coming back to me. If I remember, I played GTA 4 like right when I started doing direct capture in 2013, and then I did a second run of it just a couple years ago. Yeah. Will I be checking out the Life is Strange remaster in February? No. Why on earth would I do that? It's a narrative-based game, doesn't change. I'm definitely not playing that again. That would be a complete waste of my time. Jake Lasso did a super chat. Says, what shows and movies you've been watching? Nothing too special. At one point, I was watching American Horror Story, 1980s slasher, whatever the fuck it was called, from like 2 years ago. I never finished it, though. I got like halfway in, and then I kind of got a little bored with it and never went back to it. I probably will eventually. And Kat and I have just been kind of watching a few different food shows and things. Nothing too special, you know, nothing too interesting. There was this dog competition we were watching, which was like different like police dogs and other dogs that were performing like obstacle courses, and also like searching competitions, like find the drugs in the house. It wasn't real drugs, but you know what I'm saying, like seeing how fast they could do it, and they would compete against each other and stuff. That was kind of cool. But we don't really stick with much, and we usually don't watch like narrative-based shows or dramas or anything like that. We usually end up watching travel shows or food shows and stuff like that, and we we listen to relaxing music and stuff like that. We haven't really watched anything consistently. Do I like Xenosaga on PS2? I never played it, not once. Would I consider playing Transworld Surf on the GameCube? Never heard of it, so probably not. Don't know what you're talking about. Have I ever used a racing wheel to play driving games? The only time I ever used a racing wheel was of all the times, Mario Kart on the Nintendo Wii. You could get the peripheral where you take your Wiimote and you put it into this fake pseudo wheel that you hold like an asshole, and you go like this to drive. And come to find out, it actually makes the game harder to play because the wheel won't fully turn and react as if you were just using the Wiimote. it actually is easier to just use the standard Wiimote than the actual wheel controller. The wheel controller was kind of flawed, and you can tell they didn't really design it very well in that control mode. So after buying the attachment and everything, I used it for a few times and said, this is a piece of shit. And I took my Wiimote out of it, and I threw it to the side and never used it ever again. And I just played the kart game with the regular Wiimote, and it was fine. So, just another motion control piece of shit. That was it. I never owned another wheel of any other console or anything like that. Oh, Jade, you met the Megatron and Optimus Prime voice actors? That's pretty cool, dude. That's cool to hear. You met a lot of people recently. You met a bunch of wrestlers, now you're meeting voice actors. You're out and about, man. You're out and about way more than me. I can't do shit. Is there a chance of me getting back into fighting games competitively in 2022? No. Have you ever played Dance Dance Revolution? Yes. I played it a lot in arcades, actually, back in the day. It was hot. It was, you know, at the era, the early 2000s, fighting games were on the way out in arcades. And the Dance Dance games, the Bomani games, which are the music-based games, were hot and in. I played Guitar Freaks. Then I played Dance Dance and those kind of games for a while I was balancing all of that with other stuff. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Wow. Whoa. 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 Oh my God. What the F? Whoa. That's the new animation, by the way. That's the new large tip animation. Whoa. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Sean, who just tipped me not one, not two, $300. Holy shit. Thank you. Sean, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous. I was not expecting that at all. That is crazy. First of all, let's get you on the leaderboard. And now, I mean, we went from $16 to $300 because of Sean. Thank you, Sean. So holy crap. Now, here's the thing. We don't have a lot of time left on the stream. We have like maybe 20 minutes left. Oh, my God. Stupid indigestion today. Ooh. Stupid indigestion. Yeah, I don't know. I think I had a meatball grinder for dinner. It's annoying me. So, we really don't have time for the polls. And rather than sitting here like an idiot, I think what I'll do is I'll grab the things that you guys likely are going to want. Now, one or two days. By the way, Sean, I'm going to read your message. Don't worry. I'm definitely going to read your message, but I want to give the rewards first before we get to the message because people will be upset if I don't give them the rewards. Even though it's from you, and technically these are your rewards, Sean. So let's go with the cowboy hat tonight. Cowboy hat. And let's go over here. Alright, and let's do... Let's do this. Cat hair all over my chair. Okay. Let's do this, since we don't have a lot of time. The original and best beige vest and the cowboy hat. Now, before anyone even thinks of trying to complain, because you didn't want the cowboy hat or the vest, Sean is literally the only person who has a right to complain because he just did a $300 tip. So if Sean is upset, I apologize. Everyone else can fuck off because you didn't contribute to make this happen. Sean did. So you have no right to complain. I don't want to hear you bitching about it. Okay? All right. Now, also, you're right. Gunner glasses as well. Let me get the glasses. Cletus is actually giving me shit. He goes, you didn't do the Gunner glasses. Okay. There. Now, Sean, thank you so much for a whopping $300 tip. He says the following. Hey, man, I've been watching you since the original Street Fighter 4 days. I never tipped before. But I want to say I truly appreciate you getting me into fighting games. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. All is thanks to you. Keep Street Fighter Fridays, please. Thumbs up. And as I said, we're in the middle of an incredibly busy gaming season, okay? Even though, admittedly, the games this year are so odd because they're not really high-profile AAA new releases at all. They're just not. The games I'm playing, remaster here, re-release of a 20-year-old game here, new installment of a game that's been around for 15 years here that plays like all the other ones. There's really no hype behind the stuff that's been going on recently. I would argue that in November we'll have way more hype when we get Forza Horizon 5, the GTA digital definitive trilogy. That's what I was looking for. Battlefield. Like, I feel like those are games that will actually garner way more attention than the stuff that I did in October, which is weird because usually it's Broketober, the month where you want to buy every game, and this year everyone's like, we skipped every game, we didn't care. You know? But that being said, I strongly considered not doing Street Fighter, and then I realized because basically this year there wasn't ginormous high-profile new releases that I wanted to keep doing the Street Fighter stuff. Even though the version of Street Fighter that I play is a 30th anniversary collection from 2018 that is broken, that has terrible netcode, tons of dropped inputs, garbage matchmaking, and garbage lobbies, it's still an ability for me to play the classics. I get to sit down and play the classic Street Fighter games once a week. It feels to me like nostalgia, like a throwback to me going to arcades like I used to in my youth. I used to go to arcades every single Friday, Saturday night, sometimes Sunday, but usually it was just Friday and Saturday night. And I would play from like 8 p.m. to like 12, 1, whenever they closed. That was the time once a week, twice a week that I got to go play fighting games. And now I do it once a week for 2 hours on Friday night, and it kind of feels like that same feeling to me. Sure, I'm not actually in an arcade with crappy AC blowing on me, drinking a shitty soda, and pumping in smelly tokens. You know, your hands smell like metal as you play games on questionable controls. It's not like that anymore. You don't have the in-person social experience either. But definitely, I'm having a very, very good time playing these games once a week because it gives me that nostalgia feeling. And we talk about old school fighting games too. It's not just me playing. People ask me questions. I get to share my knowledge with you guys. You ask me about the old days, about people from back in the day and stuff, and I get to tell you stories. I love doing this. I really do. Like, it's actually one of my favorite things that I still get to do once a week. So I'm happy to hear that you are getting something out of that and you're appreciating that, Sean. And by the way, he says, it doesn't matter to me what you wear. Just stay hilarious, stay strong, keep entertaining. I love the laughs. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. By the way, what's hilarious about this, okay? So, as you guys saw, I was streaming, and we were approaching the end of the stream. We got about another 15 minutes left tonight, right? And as we were getting closer to the end of the stream, the viewer count was going up. Do you want to know why the viewer count was going up? Because I only had $16 in tips. And scumbags like to come in here and laugh or point or say nasty things to me when I have a stream going and I don't have a lot of stuff that I've raised on that stream. They actually get jolly feeling out of, oh, we want to go make fun of Phil or try to stick it to Phil or be dickheads to Phil when he doesn't do well on a stream. So the viewer count was going up and up and up. At one point, it was like 320 people. And now, since Sean tipped, it has now dropped 50 people. Oh, shit! He did good tonight? Oh, man, I need the fuck out of here, man. This is fucking ridiculous. These people are so fucking pathetic, man. They literally came here to try to crap on my parade, and because someone contributed, they actually got upset and left the stream. It's remarkable. It's fucking remarkable. How could you be such a loser? But anyway, with Dre Day, it says, the arcade sucked for me. The older kids would hog the machines. I couldn't wait until games came to home consoles. See, the thing was, when I was growing up in arcades, in the early 90s, it was a burgeoning new thing. You would go to the arcade, and people would put a quarter up to play a fighting game, and everyone would have to wait their turn. Luckily for me, in the arcades I went to, most of the time, there was usually guys there, even though most of them were older than me. You know, I started playing fighting games when I was in my early teens. The kids who were like late teens, 20s, were actually mostly nice people, and we make sure that everyone got their turn. It wasn't like, oh, fuck you, we hogged the cabinet, you don't get to play or anything like that. Here's the thing, even if someone sucks and isn't good, They have the right to play just like anyone else. No one will ever get better if you don't give them a chance to play. That was it was like an honorable thing. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad. This isn't your fucking arcade. You don't own it. Everyone gets the same chance to play like everyone else. So we kind of looked out for each other and made sure that no one was ever abused and everyone got a chance to play, regardless of the fact that you might not be a good player, so you should still play. And that's what I mean. It sounds to me like in your arcade, it was the opposite. There was a bunch of scumbags who bullied everyone and just hogged the cabinet. Fuck them. Seriously, like, fuck them. That shit should not be happening at all. Everyone should get a fair chance to play. So we kind of had this almost like locker room mentality of we stick up for each other, make sure this is an honorable place when everyone gets to play, and we didn't let people get bullied at the arcades that I went to. Oh, let's see here. Jones to Bone says, how do they have time or desire to waste their time doing shit like that? Because they're losers. I'm telling you, because they have no life. They literally came to... Oh, did you hear DSP is about to finish his stream and he only raised $16 tonight? Let's go over there together and harass him. All right, let's do it, guys. And they all fucking text each other and they all post up on their fucking loser forums and they all fucking post on each other's social media and then they come onto the stream, all 50 of them. They come in. Here we come. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, shit. A tip. Fucking shit, man. Phil did good tonight. Fuck this, man. And then they go storming away. They're losers. Normal people don't act like that. Normal people have a life. They don't have time to do that shit. Anyway. Local Nomad has tipped me $5 and says, Rockstar has already made public the trophy list for the remaster. Even if you don't go for the ones that require 100% completion, there's a bunch of unique trophies I think you'll enjoy going for if you wanted to. Either way, thank you for the stream, Phil. Interesting. I wonder what they'll be, because remember, there were none of that back in the day. Now, they did remaster these games, but when they remastered them in HD, I don't really think they went crazy to add a bunch of extra achievements or trophies. I'll be playing it on the Xbox Series X, just like everything else, because I absolutely love the controller. So that's the console I'll be playing it on. I wonder what achievements will be on there. I was asked, did they used to sell overpriced greasy food at the arcade I went to? No. The arcade that I grew up playing at only had vending machines. So soda and chips. That was it. Once a week, usually Friday nights, free pizza night. If you were there like 9 p.m., they would order pizza and like get like 5-6 pizzas, and everyone would get a free slice of pizza just for being there. How cool was that? Pretty sweet, huh? Mark McCauley says, I missed the old days of arcades. My mother worked full-time, but she would make tickets to the arcade on Sundays from 1991 to 96. Midway, Capcom, SNK made the best fighting games in the 90s. 100% agree with you. Absolutely. Yes, I did sign up for the Elden Ring open beta, both on the Xbox Series X and the PS5. Didn't hear anything yet. I don't know if anyone has heard anything yet, but I heard nothing yet. And by the way, it's not an open beta. It's a closed network test. You said completely the opposite of what it actually is. Okay. Dark Magus says, I grew up in the arcades. I remember always getting beat by older kids, and after the time, I became the older kid beating the younger kids. I was always this, like one of the staple guys that grew up in the arcade and kept going. Like, over the years, I would see people come and go. Oh, they like the games. Oh, now they're not into them anymore. I was one of the people who stuck with Street Fighter all throughout the 90s and just kept playing all the different iterations of the games. So, but you're right, exactly. When I started, when Street Fighter 2 first came out, I was the young kid. I was like 13 years old, the youngest kid there. Everyone else was like in their late teens, early 20s playing, and I was the kid, the little kid playing, right? And then I ended up growing up and becoming kind of the big dog because I was the one who stuck with it. With Drady says the PS4 version of the remasters had trophies, but I think that was the only one. Guts the Black Swordsman says, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Thanks for the fun stream. Thank you, Guts. Only Iced Coffee to me $1.50 says, quick question. Have you ever played the Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne for the PS2 back in the day or recently? I'm trying to find a new old school-ish PS2 JRPG for the 2000s for the PS2. Any suggestions? Yes, this is the real OIC. If you want to check. I know I never played any Shin Megami Tensei games ever. A Persona I was only turned on to by my audience when years and years ago. It was actually, I remember specifically it was Blaine, regular viewer, and a bunch of other people who banded together and basically championed and campaigned that I try Persona. And it ended up becoming, I believe it was a Patron's Choice playthrough. And I was like, wow, I've never even known games like this existed. You know, I knew JRPGs, but I didn't know there was like these anime-ish stylized JRPGs and everything. You know, it was the first exposure I ever had to that kind of a series. But I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game. Now, you're saying you're trying to find an old school-ish PS2 era JRPG from the 2000s for PS2. What was the one that I played? Oh, fuck. Grandia. The Grandia series. Was that for PS2? Or was that PS1? Actually, I think the original Grandias were PS1, and then later on they were on PS2. Much like Suikoden or Suikoden, however you pronounce it, started on PS1, but then eventually they were on PS2. I played both of those series, and both of those series were really good. Way back in the day. Way back in the day. But I don't know if those would even be readily available for you to get these days. I have no idea. Sambuca says, my mini golf arcade would let parents pay a fee and leave their kids there to play all the video games. Must have been great to be a parent in the 80s. Mark says, did you have lock-ins in arcades? Mom would pay for my brother and I to play unlimited arcade games for 2 hours on Sunday morning. There were a few lock-ins that I went to in the mid-2000s. And the reason they did them was because they had a variety of games. Like, not only was fighting games, but also they had pool, but also they had the dance games and all of that. I went to a few of those. I think I went to maybe 2 or 3 of them. And primarily I was there just for the fighting games. Although admittedly I played some of the other games too. But they were overnight. They would start at like 8, 9 p.m. and the doors would lock if you played the flat rate fee, and you could stay till like 2 in the morning. Yeah. Ron says, Fatal Frame Maiden of the Black Water is being re-released for Xbox Series X and PS5. Will I play it? No. Why not? Oh, wait, you know what? I forgot all about this. Watch this. Ready? No. I forgot that I set that up earlier today. We could do that now. Reason I'm not doing it is very simple. That's the Fatal Frame game that I played many years ago. I want to say it was like 2015 maybe, where it was the only game I had set up for Halloween. I dressed up like a Ghostbuster. Okay, and I was planned this. I'm going to be a Ghostbuster busting the ghosts in Fatal Frame, and it's going to be a really cool event. People hated it. They thought the game was boring as fucking dirt. They were like, dude, even by Fatal Frame standards, the game was bad. Like, the game was so boring. So after playing it for like 2 hours, people got super bored and wanted me to switch games. I was like, what do you want me to switch? I didn't even plan on anything else. And I don't even remember. I think I forced myself to play it like another hour or two. And then I might have even switched games by the end of the marathon. So considering that the people hated the game so much that many years ago when it was new, no, I'm not buying it again. And I'm fucking not playing it again and putting my audience to sleep. Dark Magus says, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is in my top games of all time. Old school RPG with high difficulty. Ron says, why don't you use old Halloween costumes for the tip goals? Because that's not the point. The point of these tip goals is thus. You get quickly rewarded with something silly for a contribution. What, for example, let's say, okay, if we hit $200 of tips today, Phil puts on the fucking Ghostbusters outfit. Okay, so now we hit $200. Okay, everyone, I'm going to stop the stream for 15-20 minutes for me to go put on the Ghostbusters outfit, for me to sit here for an hour of the stream and wear the Ghostbusters outfit. What? No. The point is, oh, look, I can grab a vest that's right over there, toss it on, and we can continue with the gameplay and have a fun stream. Now, let's completely derail everything I'm doing on the stream and the reason you're here just because someone did a contribution. That's completely counterproductive to the point of me streaming. All right? That's why I don't do that kind of stuff. Think about, oh, I gotta get in the outfit of fucking Bob Ross. I gotta put on the shirt, the fake beard, the hair and shit. It takes forever. No, I'm not doing that. It's ridiculous. Plus, let's be honest here, that would also hinder my gaming experience. How the hell do I play a game and hear it and play it without being distracted by having a giant fucking Bob Ross wig? It's one thing to do it for Halloween when it's not serious gameplay, it's not a normal stream, it's a special event, it's a celebration. I'm not going to do that every day with every playthrough that I do. This is my job. I'm trying to put out full-length playthroughs, not be a cosplayer. Okay? That's why I'm not doing that. Okay. Hello, Gorilla Pimp. How you doing, man? Yes, I did play Guitar Hero and Rock Band games. I owned both the Guitar Hero wireless guitar, and I also had the whole Rock Band set, the one that came with the wired guitar and the drums and the microphone. I really liked both. I was really heavily into those Bomani games when they were coming out and they were very popular. In fact, I really enjoyed like playing the guitar with the microphone. I would set up the mic and sing while you're playing the guitar. I would do both at once. I would actually do both things at once, both the vocals and playing the guitar at the same time. The drums I didn't like. You want to know why? The drums never really worked that well for Rock Band. At least the drums that I got, they sucked. Like I would hit them and half the time it wouldn't register. And I was very frustrated because I was like, I like musical games. And I would be like, what the hell? Huh? I hit it like this, just hit it in time, and it wouldn't even appear on the screen. I think I either had a fucked up set, or they were all just cheap garbage. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Okay. Phew. All right. Only ice coffee to another $1.50. Let's see here. Oh, he says that he really wanted to have the Halloween special off to attend, but he didn't get it off. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I mean, yeah, I know it's awesome to be here for the special events, and it sucks that you can't be here. But always remember, you can always watch on demand after. I know it's not the same. I definitely know it's not the same. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's see here. It looks like I got another super chat. Hold on. Phew. I'm getting hot in this fucking vest now. Okay. Okay, oh, here we go. I finally got it up. Axie Infinity Arena PvP. What a name. Did a super chat and says, Axie Infinity has an interesting high-stakes PvP mode. It is a play-to-earn model. You should look into it. I have no idea what you're speaking of. What the hell is that? I've never heard of this. In fact, I'm not even going to type out the name. It's too long. Axie Infinity Arena PvP. I'm just going to say that. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what the hell that game is you're even talking about. Perhaps you should have approached this in a different way than doing a super chat saying that, and I have no idea what you're saying because you went right over my head. Okay. Thank you, Sean. He says, stay strong. I just want to help, hope that your bills get paid. You don't need to wear anything. Real talk. I appreciate that. The thing is, Sean, as ridiculous as this sounds, if I decided tonight not to wear this and said, oh, Sean said I don't have to wear the hat or the vest tonight because he just wanted to help out, he wanted to be supportive, literally people would fucking, like crucify me. I'm not even kidding. People would be like, oh my God. I'll give you an example. It was about a week and a half ago. I was playing Super Monkey Ball. I was playing the hardest stage so far in the game, and I was wearing the vest and the hat. In fact, I was wearing this cowboy hat and a vest. I don't remember what vest I was wearing. And I was the game was so intense. It was so difficult. I was actually sweating profusely. Like, my back was covered in sweat. I lifted the hat like this, and here on my forehead, there was a ring of sweat. I was like, oh God, this is disgusting. Like, how can I even concentrate on the game? I felt gross. So I said, guys, you got to give me the benefit of the doubt tonight. If you want me to make any progress, I need to take this stuff off for now. So I took off the hat, and I took off the vest. Okay? I take it off, and literally people start going crazy. Where's the hat? Where's the vest? What's Phil doing? Why isn't he living up to his end of the bargain? Now, keep in mind, I've been doing this as a reward for tipping for like a year and a half, right? I think it might have been the second time ever I took something off because I was hot. Like, for safety purposes, I wasn't feeling good. I was actually feeling completely overheated. I was like, guys, I need to take this off. I'm soaked in sweat. I want to concentrate on the game. I'm not going to beat it. I don't feel good. I need to do this. All right? And I couldn't believe that the reaction that I was getting from certain people were like freaking the fuck out over it. I was like, well, for what? Like, did you contribute to see me succeed and have a good stream and be able to keep doing this because you like the content I put out? Or did you contribute to see me suffer? Like, did you purposely want to see me sweat and suffer? If that's the case, fuck you. I don't want your contributions. See? This is what I mean. Like, people are sometimes here for the wrong reasons. Just like I said previously, I said, some people want to be members and they think that a membership is a transaction. They're like, oh, I bought something with my membership. No, you didn't. That's not what a membership is. That's not what a sub is on Twitch. That you've completely misunderstood crowdfunding and how it works. You really have. Kevin tipped $1.50, says, I think it was the Platinum Vest. Yeah, likely it was. The Platinum Vest is the hottest fucking vest. The Platinum Vest is literally a vest you would only wear in, like, the dead of winter. I wouldn't even wear that in the fall right now. It's too heavy. If I put that Platinum Vest on right now and walked outside, I'd sweat. Only in the winter would I even wear that fucking thing. It's so heavy. Of course. Only Ice Coffee says, funnily enough, the people who complained that night didn't contribute. Of course. Seriously. Of course. That's always how it goes. It's not to be... Those people who complain were not going to contribute. They wanted to see me suffer. They're scumbags. So Axie did another super chat. So I've been watching you since Heavy Rain. To put it simply, as you asked, Axie Infinity is a game that is changing millions of people's lives daily. Oh. Again, I don't know anything about it. I appreciate your super chat. Okay. Who is this idiot? He's troll super chats. What a moron. It's funny, too, because that's how it always works, too. Whenever someone does a contribution, right? Oh, I'm going to help fill out tonight with a contribution. So they'll do a generous contribution. Not once has that person ever complained about me wearing a hat or a vest or me not living up to expectation. Never. Not once. You want to know what? Once ever. There was once ever that legitimately happened. And I can tell you exactly when it was. Many years ago, when I was heavily into Patreon. This is before I was even a full-time streamer. When I was heavily doing Patreon stuff, okay? I had a goal set up for the summertime where I was going to put out a Project 7 trailer. I was going to put out this trailer, and if the trailer went well, I was planning on doing maybe even a full reboot of Project 7 as a completely different show than what I had put out in 2012. It was going to be like a new show with the original premise where I was going to play through Final Fantasy 7 and do stuff like that. So I was curious how people would react if I like put effort into editing a trailer and saying I would redo the series. So I had a goal on Patreon. If I hit a certain level of funding, all right, I would actually spend time away from my streams and my videos to put effort into putting out this trailer, okay? That's what it was. What ended up happening was, over the course of the summer, a bunch of games came out that surprisingly people wanted to see me play like right away. People were actually like, wow, this was shocking. We didn't expect this to happen, but we want you to play this game and this game and this game. And I was like, well, guys, but I already committed via Patreon with people supporting me. I committed to doing this trailer. So what do you want? And literally, I proposed this publicly to my viewership. And the vast majority of people responded and said, we just want you to play the new games. We don't care about the fucking bullshit. That was a nice idea of something different, but we support you. We're here to see you play fun games. That's what we want you to do. There was one particular fan of mine at the time who was very upset. He contacted me behind the scenes telling me how upset he was. And you know what? He had a valid criticism and concern. I had set up a goal specifically to do the trailer. I did not do the trailer. I did not live up to the expectation. And that one particular guy actually said to me, I'm so upset, I'm pulling my Patreon support from you, and I'm not going to do Patreon for you anymore. I'm so upset. I said, fair enough. You 100% deserve that. That's fine. That is a fair and very rational response to me not doing something that I promised, even though the vast majority of people said don't do it. You specifically wanted it. You contributed to see it. You didn't see it. You're pulling your Patreon support. Fair enough. That was the one person ever in all the years of people supporting me that got upset about something like that. It was it. Never, people who actually want to support me because they like the content, they like me, they want to see it continue. They're doing it for the right reasons. They're not coming here and doing transactional thing. Oh, I'm buying a membership so that I can get this back from it. That's not why people really come and support me at all. I'm just being honest, you know. They are here because they have a good time and they're like, man, I had a really good time on the stream tonight. I had a really good time watching Phil play Street Fighter over the years. Man, I really like his Dark Souls playthroughs. Man, GTA is great. Let's help Phil continue to do this quality content by tossing him some support from time to time. And they don't give a fuck about this or this or this. They don't care about that. This is all little like fluff, you know. As long as I keep doing the fun stuff, that's all they care about. Sambuca to me, $4.20 says it was the best when you were funded by YouTube views back in the day. I'll help keep you, and I'm sure you have plenty of fans, but those early days were really great. Yeah, it was so different. Like I said, back in the day, it was so different. And I mean this, like, I could fart on camera and put a video up and it would get like 20, 30, 40,000 views. Like, Phil farts, 40,000 views, I made like $100 on it. You know? We're driving to a convention, we get lost, we're in Delaware. I make a video of Delaware, I post it up, it gets like 30,000 views and makes me like $100. You see what I'm saying? It was insane. I would do anything I did. People would watch in droves and it would make me tons of money. I couldn't believe it. And by the way, I knew it wasn't sustainable like that. It was just ridiculous. When the hardcore gaming season came every year, I would put up a playthrough, any game, okay? Any game. It couldn't, not even a good game, a shit game, a terrible fucking shovelware sequel game or some garbage crap game. play it on release day, because back then no one got advanced copies. Play it on release day, put the videos up. Within one day, the first 10 parts of the playthrough would each have like 20, 30, 40,000 views each. That playthrough, I'm not kidding you, that playthrough would make me like $500 day one. Day one! $500. That's how crazy ad revenue was back in the day. That was out of control zaniness. Like ridiculousness. But it wasn't sustainable. Everyone knew it wasn't sustainable. You know? We looked at that and we were like, Jesus, dude. Like, this is like the days of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? There's no way this is going to last. And I think we all knew that. Okay. That doesn't sound legal. So Axie Infinity actually just did a super chat and says, in Axie Infinity you earn real money for wins in PvP. That does not sound legit. That's because the thing is, when you win real money for anything, essentially you are, I guess what's considered gambling, and therefore it has to be regulated, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that doesn't sound legit to me. Any game where you're earning real life money through the game, it's one thing if it's a competition, esports competition, where it's regulated and stuff, but that doesn't sound legit to me. I don't know, man. A cryptocurrency-based game? Oh, boy. That sounds like something I don't want to get near or touch, man. I want to stay away from that. Stay away from that. Kevin Bernstein to the $1.50 says, I don't care about vest and hat. I'm going to enjoy the stream for what it is. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just realized it's 9:30. I had no idea. All right, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to wrap it up here. By the way, this shit off. We're going to wrap it up here, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the impromptu Q&A here tonight and had a good time with me. I always like talking with you guys and answering your questions whenever I can. You know, I try to do it as much as I can interactively during gameplay. It's not always the best opportunity to when there's a game that I have to really concentrate on. But I certainly hope that you guys had a good time with me. And thanks. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for the support. Thanks for everything. Okay? All right, guys. That is going to be it. Until next time. All right? Nice impromptu stuff sometimes ends up being pretty good. Awesome.